Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Duel Attack Nasutoceratops. Now we're taking a look at the figures for Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock, which there are only two. One of which is alright, and the other is, well, there are definitely better figures, but we'll talk about that figure when we talk about it. Let's just focus on the Nasutoceratops, so yeah. I know I said this in my review for Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock, but I think the choice of dinosaurs for that short film is very interesting. Like, you don't really hear a lot of people bring up Nasutoceratops. Like, it's either Triceratops or Triceratops, really. So, it's cool to see them do something a little more obscure, but yeah. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's just get into this. So, before we take a look at the Nasutoceratops itself, let's take a quick look at its collector's card. And again, we've seen this before. Nice artwork. Stats, yeah. Kind of bland. I'm not a big fan of these. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for that. Now for the Nasutoceratops itself. And first, we'll take a look at the painting. And the painting on this figure is actually not bad. Not perfect, but not bad. Most of the figure is a blue color, which does look nice. And we do have hints of green at the bottom end of the figure, mainly in the legs here, which does actually look very nice. Unfortunately, the toenails are not painted, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but they're not painted, so that's kind of a problem. This figure does have a nice amount of red on its back, and even on the head itself, a lot of red here, which actually does look nice. I'm not 100% sure if this is accurate or not. It's been a while since I've seen Battle at Big Rock or watched it. I know it's free and I could anytime, but again, it's been a while. So, yeah. We do have some tan here for the front half of the beak, which does look nice. The horns here are painted the same color. And the underside is painted a grayish color. And here is a scan code for you. Also, the eyes are painted black. And that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. Painting on this figure is not terrible. Again, it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I feel like the colors might be a little off, but for the most part, the painting, it looks nice. So the painting on this figure gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure, it's pretty basic. The arms can move, the front legs can move forwards this much, and backwards this much, and they can't really move outwards. They can a little bit, but they can't, unfortunately. Unless mine is, like, you know, there's something wrong with mine, but I don't want to, like, it can move a little bit, but I don't want to, like, risk breaking this. So, yeah. Anyway, the back legs can spread like so. And can move forwards about that much, and backwards, about that much. So, yeah. Just like with the Concavinator and the Quetzalcoatlus, there's a button here, and we do have almost like a ramming option, which is nice. And of course, this other button, we have whatever this is. I get this is supposed to be like a tail whip, but for something like Nasutoceratops, this does not make sense whatsoever, but it's a thing, I guess. So there's that. And also, there's actually a little bit of articulation in the neck here. There's like one here for the ramming action, but then there's like a very limited ball joint, so you can have this figure look side to side. And I actually really do like that. Very like minor. You can't really get a lot out of it, but still, I actually really do like that. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. And the articulation on this figure isn't bad. I don't really get this nonsense back here, but everything else is fine. So, honestly, the articulation on this figure gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure is actually very accurate to how it looked in Battle at Big Rock. Of course, there were three Nasutoceratopses. There was the female, which is the one we saw in the first half of it. Of course, there's the baby, which they haven't made a figure of yet. And then, of course, there's the male. This is the male. And comparing this to how it looked in the movie, I was a little confused, but yeah, no, they based this thing off of the male. I think it'd be really cool one day to have a female Nasutoceratops and have it come with, like, a little baby. I feel like that'd be kind of cool, but for right now, this is fine. So, yeah, the sculpting does look very accurate to the male Nasutoceratops from the movie, so I do like that. So, yeah, overall, the sculpting looks very nice, so the sculpting on this figure gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing on this figure, again, is actually pretty good. So taking a look at the head here, we can see all of the creasing and all of like the wrinkles and whatnot. Very well defined. And even the scaling on the crest here looks alright. Like mainly like here, it doesn't look the best, but it's still alright. Not terrible, but alright. The horns themselves are detailed pretty nicely. All of the little cracks and whatnot look nice. The detailing on the side of the body looks very nice. Very nice scaling, very nice musculature. Everything here looks very nice. The forelimbs, again, have very nice detailing as well. Of the scaling, really nice and very nice musculature and whatnot. Everything here looks great. And same with the back legs. Very nice detailing. And really quick, the underside of the figure has no detailing at all. Mainly like this spot right here. This just looks like one of those weird like scaleless lizards or like scaleless snakes, and yeah, looks very weird. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of that at all. So, yeah. Anyway, the detailing on the tail looks very nice. All the scaling and whatnot. We do have a seam here, but that's alright. The scaling here looks great. And, yeah. That's pretty much it for the detailing. The detailing on this figure, for the most part, is great. Yeah, there are some minor spots where it doesn't look perfect, but the detailing, it still looks good enough on its own. So the detailing, I'd say, gets a pass. So, at the end of the day, should you get this? Honestly, I'd say yeah. This is a pretty good figure. The sculpting, the detailing, this figure, very nice for what it is. It's nothing special. If you want something, like, great, then this is not the way to go, but, you know, still, it's a fine little figure. Yeah, there aren't really a lot of figures of Battle at Big Rock out there, besides the two Duel Attack figures. Takara actually did make two figures. They made a male Nasutoceratops and an Allosaurus. So, yeah. The Nasutoceratops by Takara looks very similar to this. However, the Allosaurus by Takara looks better than the one we actually got, which I'll review next time, and I'm looking at it right now, and yikes. I've definitely seen better figures. But either way, this figure is pretty good for what it is. In terms of prices, you're looking at about $14 if you find this in stores, which is honestly not bad at all. That's how much the Concavinator was, and I felt like that was a pretty fair asking price. So here, I'd say $14 is definitely a good asking price as well. So, yeah, get this figure if you can, and if you want to know how big he is, and here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And the Nasutoceratops is actually a little too big. It was about the size in the movie, but in real life, the animal would be a little smaller than this. So, yeah. Also, once again, hand sanitizer, be safe. I always say this, but still, I feel like I should, you know, well, yeah, I'm not going to go into too much detail. But anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out. Alright, peace, Zack out.